Jane, and coming at you from Costa Rica. And I just had the most fascinating experience. So I just recorded super fly expansions and it deleted it. I was going through and deleting old things on my computer and I must have accidentally deleted it. And I was like, are you kidding? Damn it. So there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe I should talk about something else. And then there's another part that's like, I want to talk about that again because like it felt really good. Man, but that feeling, it's such a good one, right? That feeling of like disappointment, that like womp womp. So good. Anyway, well, let us connect, shall we? So take a deep breath in with me and just let it go. Do a couple more. Breathe in big and full. Let the breath out be big and full, like that. Do another really big full breath in. And let the breath go and let your shoulders soften and your jaws relax. And just start to become really present. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to go anywhere. You might hear background sounds wherever you are, you might hear them where I am. Just be aware of where you are in this now moment. Notice if you're hot, if you're cold. Notice if you're comfortable or you're not comfortable. Notice the air on your skin, the weight of your clothes on your skin. Just notice your body. Wiggle your toes. Feel your legs. Feel your belly. Feel your hands. Just become really present. It's just you and this body. It's all you need to live your life. Let's take another breath in together and let it go. I have earrings. I'm so excited about them. I don't really wear earrings that much. I don't really have that many earrings actually. And so um, found these at the market, handmade by a local woman. The locals are called tikas or ticos. Ticos if they're all, tikas as if it is a woman. And she handmade these. She had beautiful ones. She had one pair that I originally purchased and they were hoops and they had all these beads on it and they were so beautiful. And so I bought them and I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And I put them in like 2 weeks later because I was like special occasion. And so I put them in and it like pulled my earlobe down because they were so heavy. And I was like, I can't wear them. Like they're actually gonna rip a hole in my ear. And I was like, dang, I was so disappointed. But I went back to the market the following week and I was like, hey, I love these earrings and I can never wear them and I would really prefer to wear them. So can I exchange them? So she was like, yes. And she was so kind and so sweet. So I got these. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, so what I want to talk about again, I know it's just the first time for you, but for me, it's again. um, I want to talk about the, I wonder, no, I just navigated like 50 thoughts in my head all at the same time. So thanks for witnessing that. Anyway, so check this. I'm gonna talk more about these earrings. It goes to spirituality, I promise. Trust. So the woman that made them, in fact, hang on. I mean, I know I'm pushing pause. Like anyway, okay. So the woman that made them, her company is called Pacha Ancestral. And I'm reading her little made by hand, um, hecha a mano. Um, let's see, Costa Rica. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to see if there was like other stuff on there to share. So her company is called Pacha Ancestral, and this is her logo and brand. So why? Why? What does this have to do with spirituality? So Pacha is part of the word Pachamama. And Pachamama is basically like the earth. It's the energy of the earth. It's the consciousness of the earth. It's the mother. It's the form of what gives us life and continues to nourish us and give us life. And this has a lot to do with spirituality. A lot of religions have actually taken out a lot of the relationship with the her, earth, the mother. And we can see that in all types of religions, where they don't talk about the goddess. They just talk about God as a masculine form, he only, not acknowledging that in which that births life, that gives life is a woman. It's female. And we as humans live on Pachamama. We live with her. It's the earth mother. She birthed us. I know like my human mom birthed me, but like the earth birthed us as a human, as the earth children. And there's so much connection to that for me. Um Spirituality for me is a massive quantum thing. It's about energy, it's about love. And without those things in form, then what's the point? It's the being in form, in a form, in a solid matter that makes it delicious, right? That makes it like, yeah, I'm a human. And so for me, my first love was the earth. My first love was sitting in the dirt and playing with rocks in the empty lot next door. My first love was um, walking in the woods and being with my dad and him showing me the trees. This is a sequoia. This is an oak. This is a maple. You know, like my first love was, riding my bicycle all over the towns. My first love was going for the longest walks ever. My first love was going deep into the woods, playing in the park. My first love was sitting outside in my grass and talking with the ants. My first love was sitting outside and swinging on my swing set. My first love was sitting next to the blue spruce and working on my back bends. Like these were the things that meant so much to me. In elementary school, I don't know if it was third, fourth, or fifth grade, one of those, we had to create an invention. We had an opportunity to make an invention, and my invention was a collapsible can. So it was a can like you would buy tuna or whatever in, and then when you were done, you would collapse it, and then you would go send it off to recycle. It would take up less space and be easier to recycle, whatever. But like the story that I wrote that like I got a good grade on was about um, us as humans waking up one day, hearing a louder calling from a voice above to remember that this earth is a gift and to take care of her. Like these were the stories I would write. And so I have a really deep love and respect for this earth. And I don't know many religions um, that really talk about it. They talk about how to human, how to love each other. Or maybe they talk about how to not go to hell. Or maybe they talk about why you're going to go to hell. Or how this is how you're supposed to talk to God. Or this is the right way to do things. And this is the wrong way to do things. This is how you do it all. And it's not until I look at more like, I'll say native peoples or indigenous practices or just fucking people that live with the land, that have held her wisdom over the centuries to continue to pass it down to their children. If we don't have this information, by the way, we will die. But the native people's practices have always had a relationship with the elements in the earth. That what they create. I brought my bracelet. It's sitting on my altar that I got from a group of Colombians, and they're worn for all different reasons, but I got mine and I wear mine in ceremony, and it has a meaning in the design. And a lot of the jewelry, a lot of the art, a lot of the creations are, they have this earthly kind of image to it, because the earth itself holds so much information, not just information, but like symbols and keys to our life, our livelihood, our health, our wellness, to our power. The earth holds the remembrance of all of our power, because when we recognize that she has so much power, we start to recognize ourselves like, oh shit, I too am like that. I too am like the volcano, going just ballistic when I'm feeling all fiery. I am like the fire, I transmute things. Sometimes I burn self for others. Sometimes I'm like the easy flowing stream. Sometimes I'm like the raging stormy ocean. I am like the tree. I'm like the blossom on the flower, on the plant. Like I'm like the lizard. I love to lay out on the sun. I'm like the fish, how I can breathe this experience that we call air, and I don't even recognize that I'm breathing the air, because it's just through me and all a part of me. That I am the air itself. That the earth herself has so many stories, so much wisdom, so much medicine in her being and in what she grows on her. And we as a collective have gotten so far removed and detached from that. We've taken the voices away from native peoples, from indigenous peoples, from the Native Americans. We've taken voices away so much that changes truth. It changes the truth of what we have access to. It changes potential of what we can grow into. Like, I love technology and I love AI. I do. I think it has such a time and a place. Without technology, we wouldn't be having this experience. You wouldn't be watching this. I wouldn't be recording this. Like, I find it extremely valuable. And if we only rely on AI, then we cannot continue living. We will die as a species. We are so far disconnected from the earth, and in the United States especially, taking the little bit of land away from the native peeps, to put in a pipeline. Don't even think about hydropower, wind power, and solar power. No, let's just keep digging into the earth from the land that we have agreed to let these people keep. And it just and so when I listen to people and they talk around spirituality and they talk around religion and rightness and righteousness and how to be, and they don't talk about the earth herself, I personally have a really hard time listening to them, because I just think that they're just speaking bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit, I say. If we if we continue taking from her without consent, without reverence, without care, that just shows us how we treat each other. Because the way we treat the earth is how we treat each other. And it's ultimately how we treat ourselves, you know? So, like, so if you just, for example, if you litter, right? You throw something out your window, a cigarette butt. People forget that putting a cigarette butt out the window is littering. For some reason, people have it in their note in their head that that's not littering, but whatever. So you throw a cigarette butt out, you littered. What kind of other garbage are you putting in your body, right? You're putting probably some shit in your body if you're going to throw your shit out on the earth and not care. If someone is changing the oil in their car and they're just pouring it on the ground, what other shit are they putting in their body? If someone doesn't ever go outside, they don't breathe fresh air, they don't touch the earth, they don't have any connection with the elements at all. That's how they are with themselves. They don't have a connection. They're not grounded. They're not anchored. They're not fluid. They're not creative. They're not easy flowing. You know, people that take really shallow breaths or they don't go outside, they don't breathe fresh air. They're not inspired, right? Breath is inspiration. So our relationship with the earth is a direct reflection of our relationship with ourselves. And we know the whole story, right? Like I can't give from an empty cup. So if I treat the earth like shit, that just goes to show that I treat myself like shit. That means I'm going to inadvertently or intentionally, doesn't matter, treat other people like shit. The connection with the earth is so powerful. I think that's one of the reasons why it's been taken out of so much of any religious studies or teachings. You know, I've never been to a church service where they're like, yo, this earth is so dope. God, it's so amazing. Well, what they do is they talk about how you're supposed to be, how much you're supposed to tithe, and then you might get coffee in a styrofoam fucking cup, which makes absolutely no sense. You know, it's like AA meetings. Like they're great, whatever. But, you know, you go there and half the time you're drinking coffee out of a styrofoam cup. Isn't one of the first things that like about God in the 12 steps? Well, what is God without the earth? It's like such a masterpiece of creation. Why would we shit on a masterpiece creation? Nobody's going to go into the modern of museum art and go shit on a Picasso. Nobody's going to throw turds at a Monet. No. They're going to be like, "Oh my god, stand back, let's take pictures." But then again, that's kind of what's happened with the earth, right? We have parks that you can't even go into, that they're like blocked off so you can just like walk on your little sidewalk trail so you can see what nature looks like. Went on this camping hiking trip before I left Charlotte, and um there we got there on a Saturday, we hiked up, we camped overnight, left on Sunday. Beautiful day, beautiful weekend. So we're leaving, and there were, I don't know, 10, 15 of us. We know most of us carpooled, whatever. Anyway, there was a line of traffic to get into this state park. Line of traffic. Not only was there a line of traffic, they would let one car in as one car left. So for us, you know, there were like six cars that left. Next thing you know, six cars got to go in because, you know, I get it. They have limited parking. But my thought around it was, you know, first of all, I was like, yay, so many people are going to go hang out with Earth. Yes. Yes, that makes me feel so good. And what really was kind of like ick about it was that we are craving that. We as humans crave nature. That's why people have paintings and art of plants. That's why people put plants inside their house, whether they're real or fake. That's why people have windows in their house. If we didn't want to have fucking connection with the earth, we wouldn't have windows in the homes, right? We wouldn't just be so in awe when we find a bird's nest and eggs in it, you know, or we see a puppy, or you know, we have like a delicious piece of fruit and we're like, oh my God, that's so good, you know, or, you know, someone gives us what? Flowers. Like, because it's gorgeous. And it's when we start to contemplate these things of nature, is when we start to deepen the relationship we have with ourselves, and therefore we start to deepen the relationship that we have with others. We are starved for relationship. for connection to something bigger. That's why spirituality is a dimension of wellness. It's a huge key player in our life. And it's so overlooked. So overlooked. Just like the earth. She's so overlooked. Like, like not even talking about, cities that have just paved over the earth. You know, what they paved paradise to put up a parking lot, right? Like that's that song. And and we go to, then we go places like out in the middle of nowhere, right? Like I just need to get out in nature. Well, the only natural spots left are what we've left for the indigenous people. And that shit is being bought up or taken away, stolen. And then I wonder, when are we not going to stand up for the earth? Like, she's going to be fine. She's going to live regardless. Like, she isn't going to die. However, we will. So we can either love her a lot, and then we'll in turn live a better life. It's not like I have to go clean the whole ocean so that I can live a better life. No, it means I'm not going to use a freaking straw. That's what it looks like for me. I'm never going to use a plastic straw. That's bullshit. I'm never going to use styrofoam. I will say no. I reuse my water bottles. That's what I can do. I don't have my air conditioner down on 67 degrees. I turn it up to like 75, 78, whatever's comfortable for me. But people have been so acclimated to not being able to be in change. The earth is ever changing. If I can't be outside of my comfort zone, say temperature wise, say in the winter and the summer, like my average temperature that I'm in is 72 degrees. Well, what happens if the grid goes down and it's the middle of summer or the middle of winter? Oh, yeah, you're going to be hurting, right? You're going to be really uncomfortable. We are made to be changing people. We're made to be agile, right? We're made to be fluid and to be uncomfortable, not in pain, but we're made to experience discomfort because it changes us, it grows us, it expands us. That's why the butterfly from the caterpillar, like ain't no butterfly, like ain't no caterpillar, like I'm gonna create this like cocoon around me and I'm just gonna hang out here and then I'm gonna completely turn into goo and then I'm gonna grow wings, I'm gonna grow a whole other form, then I'll push out of this whole shell thing and then I'm gonna fly. I've never flown before. This is comfortable. No, that little sucker's probably freaking out, probably like, what am I doing? What is this? Right? Probably physically uncomfortable. I'm guessing just the temperature changes alone that its physical body is going through as it goes from a land dwelling caterpillar to a puddle of goo to a flying butterfly. Can't be comfortable. But look at the beauty that it gives, that it is, the experience it gets to have. It gets to have all these different forms and shapes. But if we're too comfortable because we've stayed in this room with this constant temperature, the same bottle of water, dead fluorinated, chlorinated, completely void of life water. And I don't go out with my bare feet on the earth. Hell, I don't even go outside and breathe fresh air. There's some people that only go outside to smoke cigarettes. I don't care, no judgment. But like, yo, can you not go outside and just breathe clean air for a little bit before you put the chemicals in your body? But that just goes to show the disconnect with the earth. And a disconnect with life itself is a disconnection with spirituality. It's a disconnection with love because what is life? What is love? It's life in form. That's all it is. Life in form, in matter, is love. If I disrespect life in any form, I am not living in the fullness of love that I can live. And then I'm selling myself short in this human experience. These are all my thoughts and opinions on spirituality, and that take it all with a grain of salt. Some of the things I may have said, maybe you didn't like. Maybe it was upsetting. Maybe you're like, fuck yeah. I don't know. I'm okay with any of it. And my deepest invitation and request for all of us is, no matter where you are, to breathe the outside air. To be mindful of your consumeristic nature. What are you buying? Are you going to the convenience store and buying soda after soda after soda, ignoring what that does to your physical body, ignoring what chemicals those are in your body? Forget that. But like, really, you got another plastic bottle? How many plastic bottles are you buying a day? How many of those Dunkin' Donuts big ass cups are people getting? When someone literally, if we as a collective chose to spend the time, energy, and money on clean water over like big gulps and and Dunkin' Donuts big drinks and yet another Starbucks in a plastic cup, if we spent that time, energy, and money and saved it and bought ourselves cleaner water filters, a couple few nice water bottles, we would have time, energy, and money left over. We would have more. We would have more. We would have more. But what do? We go when we work so we can make the money, so we can go to Starbucks again and buy that mocha crap a frappuccino. So we can go to Dunkin' Donuts and get that, 800 grams of sugar in a big cup and get all caffeinated so that I don't sleep. My adrenals are really fucked. And now I'm sick and I got to go to the pharmacist yet again. I got to go to the doctor yet again. But I can't quit my job because now I need to pay for the insurance so I can keep the medicine up, because of what I'm putting in my body is poison. I'm so disconnected with the earth because I'm not just drinking water. I'm not getting my feet on the earth and I'm not breathing fresh air. And when we have time to not be doing all of when we're not spending our time trying to make the money so that we can feed addictions, we have more time to just be. What do we do when we can just be? We be with the earth. When we be with the earth, we start to get big messages. We start to get clearings, healings, knowings, epiphanies, inspirations, inspired ideas. We get clarity, y'all. We get clarity. Who doesn't want some clarity? Clarity of what? The mind and the heart. We're here to live together. We're here to live together in harmony with each other and with the earth. Period. We're here to live, create, play, love. That's it. And the digital world, the AI, cool beans, whatever. But we can't go too far in either direction, right? Like, I don't want to go live off grid and not have access to you all and to friends and family. I don't want to live like that. I want to have access in a global network, because yeah, that's awesome. And I also don't need a 2, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 square foot house full of stuff and things that were made in who knows where by who knows what age person made it. Some mass produced Bed Bath and Beyond crap just to fill up my walls. Again, it's not a judgment. I'm literally just calling this out, because if we stay disconnected from the earth, we are going to stay disconnected from the embodiment of the divine that we are. And if we are disconnected from that, we will not be able to form deep, everlasting relationships with other people who are living in love, because we wouldn't be living in love fully. So that's apparently what I wanted to talk about. So thanks for, hopefully you like the earrings. They were an inspiration. So, it's like, what can we do? Get outside, breathe fresh air. Like, if you're going to smoke your cigarette, smoke your cigarette. We'll go out there and breathe fresh air first. And then when you're done with your cigarette, breathe fresh air afterward. You know? If you're gonna buy a drink and you have a straw, save it, reuse it as many times until it falls apart. Like we can do things. Get outside, just get outside, light a candle, look at a flame, remember that you are that. Try to get in some water. You know, you don't have access to water, bless it before you drink it. If you have access to water, put your feet in it. Dunk. Go for a swim. Remember that you are a child of this earth. Hold that shit special, y'all. It's the only time we get to be on this earth. So anyway, I love y'all. And please take care of yourselves and each other and enjoy this earth and your time on it as much as possible. Okay, I love y'all. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.